on the way to Nana's. Look at the troopy. It's like our car. Wow. The mud map to Nana's. Darwin, Perth, Kimberley. Oh, we're on the road to Nana's house. My family and me. I wonder what we'll see. 15 colourful flowers and the long road ahead of me. Oh, it's a butterfly. Oh, one excited Nana waiting for me. No more long road ahead of me. Look at those stars. So the dream really with Vibrate the Cosmos is to create a mini home on wheels, so to speak, with our trooping. We didn't want to just create a mini home in a van. That would have been great because there's more space. With Troopy, the benefit that we get is that it's a 4-wheel drive, so we can get out to really remote areas to experience a 360-degree view of uninhibited stars, uninhibited by city lights.
So we have been wanting to venture out into nature for quite a while. About 6 months before Xavier was conceived, we actually bought the Troopy.
Going to pick up the latest member of our family, the Troopy. The desert.
Decked out the Troopy with some drawers and a roof rack and an awning. Really set up for the two of us. It wasn't designed at all for a third person to come along. And so since he's been born, we haven't really used it apart from going to the markets on a Sunday morning. The reason for this is that our storage space also doubles as our bed, which can make setup and pack down quite a hassle.
And so the next step really is getting that rooftop tent on Troopy. And we'd actually been up to see a really nice man out in Ipswich. So excited. Let's have a look. This is the pop-up tent. The roof is cut off so you can access the bed through the inside of the Troopy. And this is it, midgie proof windows, lots of air blowing through, and I think there's enough room for us. Look at that. Like a cup of tea. No jumping, no diving.
And then we've got
and as we were waiting for the quotes to come in, he told us that he's no longer working with the suppliers. So now we've contacted another man down in Sydney. There's no one in Queensland doing this. So that was a little bit of a block, and that happened right on Mercury stationing retrograde. So that was an interesting time because it felt like we had to sell the Walton Street property to have the finances, and after 6 months that came to fruition, and now everything was in place for us to move forward. And then all of a sudden, just as we were getting the quotes, we spent 3 hours with these beautiful people we felt a great connection with, and then unfortunately plans changed for them, which ripple effect complicated our plans. So now we've reached out to a man in Sydney who has liaisons with the people that provide the tent. Because what we thought was originally very easy, we'll just put a rooftop tent on Troopy and we'll get a day bed put in the back and we'll throw some water underneath. It's turned out to require more mechanically than what we originally thought. So we need to change the exhaust, we need to change the snorkel, we need to do some work to protect the engine if we're going to go in outback Australia to make sure we don't break down. But we also, this is the big one, we need to work on the suspension, and that means we also need to change the rims and the tires. So that's been big. It's a shopping list. It's a shopping list with a big price tag. So we've realized that it's probably really going to take about 18 months until we can get out where we really want to be out. But in the meantime, we can take steps and we can start to do little mini trips, which will be great for us, preparing us to actually be in the outback, to be ready to face the other challenges that come with being in outback Australia.
So one of our first trips that we think we might take is from the Gold Coast, driving straight through the centre of Australia over to Broome, and that's where Xaviery's grandparents live. And Broome just so happens to be one of the best stargazing locations in the world. So we hope to go over there and immerse ourselves into the night sky.
Another reason why we want to go into outback Australia and experience the stars is also to experience the relationship to self, to source, but also to each other. I know that I often feel that my schedule is quite busy at the moment, and I feel like I'm just skimming the surface. You know, I feel like I'm not going deep enough in my relationships to my son and my husband. And I want to really feel them at a deep level, a level deeper than what I feel I'm experiencing at the moment. They're so precious to me, and I want to know who they are as much as I want to know who I am. And I feel that we can know ourselves in relation to others, you know, and in particular to our family and those closest to us, although everyone is ultimately a reflection for us to know ourselves. And so I want to be able to experience that deeper. I don't want to just be on the surface or just rushing through things to get to something else. I want to be able to stop and go deep rather than spread myself out too thin. I know that there's a deep feeling in me of the law of impermanence, and I know that this lifetime will be over before I really get to experience the depth of it. And I think that that's the magic of life. And I want to go deeper into a knowing, and to experience this way of relating with two people that I adore and love with all of my heart, in the setting of nature, in the most natural landscapes that we can find, and to really have that experience that maybe somehow it will imprint deep enough on my soul. Yeah, that the experience of what I love will imprint deep enough on my soul that I'll never forget it. And it's this awareness that once life is over, we lose all our memories, and that even the memory of a memory is gone. And yeah, I don't want to forget these two people, and I don't want to forget this beautiful earth. So I want to experience with every cell, every breath, to the depth that it can be experienced, because that's what I think is giving me meaning and purpose in life.